The following is a presentation of The Day.
There is something truly special about playoff basketball, high school basketball in particular. But when you get a sold-out X, the Francis X. Sweeney Gymnasium at Waterford High School, it makes it even better. When you've got two student sections and two communities totally invested, it makes it unbeatable. And that's what we have tonight as the Old Lyme Wildcats and the Grasso Tech Eagles do battle in the Division V Semifinal of the CIAC Boys, and all the action is live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for game day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health. They're your go-to top-notch dental care facility. It's a relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or an advanced treatment, their experienced team has you covered. So you can enjoy this game or any other with confidence and comfort. So why don't you schedule your appointment today at Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is their top priority. And Scient Federal Credit Union. You know, you want to pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient Federal Credit Union. You open up a high-yield MySci savings account today, and you can help support a positive financial future for your student. So visit scientfcu.org/MySci to learn more. And by NFA, no high school in eastern Connecticut offers more classes, opportunities, extracurricular activities than NFA. Norwich Free Academy. You live in any town, you can learn at NFA, where financial aid is available. So get more information at nfaschool.org. And finally, by Reynolds Subaru. 6 generations there in Old Lyme on a beautiful spot. If you want quality service, quality products, and the best view and waiting room that you can find anywhere at any time, go to Reynolds Subaru. I got my 2 cars from there. I'm going to get a third. They're wonderful people. Go take it down to Reynolds Subaru. Speaking of NFA, Casey O'Neill along with Chris Giusti of NFA's wonderful education staff. And Juice, there's nothing better than a playoff game in high school basketball, but the best part of it is when you get into a building like this. We're expecting it to be sold out, the crowd is still filing in, and when this place is loud and electric, it's very special.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of upsets so far in the state tournament, but the chalk held here on this side of the bracket in Division V. This was the matchup that everyone expected when they saw the brackets come out. The number 2 seed, the number 3 seed, a rematch from a state tournament game last year, which Old Lyme won on their way to the state championship.
Well, as always, big games means the sports doctor. Keith O'Brien, what do you got?
Hey, Casey, Coach, the magic number is 2 tonight. Brady Sheffield, second-year coach at Old Lyme, wants to get back to the Mohegan Sun, and second-year coach Tim Strong at Grasso Tech wants to taste of that honey, too. So, big-time matchup tonight, 2 second-year coaches. Which one is going to survive and advance tonight?
Well, we have had a chance to see both Old Lyme and Grasso Tech this year. You're going to be looking at 2 really superstar players in Eddie Fisk Jr. and Julius Washington, but the supporting cast tonight, and we'll get into that as we get closer, the supporting cast tonight are going to be what determines this. Styles can't be any different. How they're going to approach the game can't be any different. It's going to be a fascinating battle. We saw this before the tournament started. We circled this game and said, oh, wow, we could get a Grasso Old Lyme semi. And I think either of these 2 teams, whoever advances from here, is looking up at that upper bracket and thinks they can win a state championship, whether it's a repeat for Old Lyme or a first time for Tim Strong at Grasso. Either way, they are on board. So let's get a chance here to meet all of the players in tonight's game.
Georgie Rogers, Isaac Middle School.
Jordan Washington, Winthrop Elementary School.
Zamir Foy, Winthrop Elementary.
Jerry Santiago, Isaac Middle School.
Taki Bates, Isaac Middle School.
Julius Washington, Gallup Hill Elementary School.
Ryan Jamali, RMMS.
Jordan Reynolds, Clark Lane Middle School.
Ethan Chacha, Isaac Middle School.
Miles Thompson, Plainfield Central.
Lachlan Singer Johnson, RMMS.
Warner Grenier, Lyme Consolidated School.
Ethan Trepanier, Mile Creek Elementary School.
Bowen Turek, Mile Creek Elementary.
William McKeever, Mile Creek Elementary School.
James Dalkey, Lyme Consolidated State Elementary.
Giovanni Winters, Calf Palmetto Elementary School.
Coleman Curtis Reardon, the Mile Creek Elementary School.
Connor Vautrin, Mile Creek Elementary.
Lucas Signora, Lyme Consolidated.
Oliver Wyman, Mile Creek University.
Eddie Fisk, Mile Creek Elementary School.
Ryan Olson, Mile Creek Elementary.
So tonight, these two teams, very different styles, very opportunistic in different ways. So I am very interested in some freshly squeezed juice. Coach, I need to know what the keys to the game are. First, for Old Lyme.
Okay, Casey. For Old Lyme, take good care. The Eagles like to extend in their zone defense. Use ball fakes and don't throw the ball wildly around the gym. A live ball turnover is going to be a layup the other way. Clean the glass. Use your interior strength to dominate the rebounding action. Get extra shots on offense and limit the Eagles to one shot when on defense. And not you, Julius. Grasso's top player can score in a variety of ways. Keep the defense focused on where he is and let others take the majority of shots. And Casey, talking to Old Lyme head coach Brady Sheffield, I said, if things go horribly wrong for you tonight, it will be because, simply one word, turnovers.
Well, I think it starts with a player like Eddie Fisk Jr. The sophomore is incredible, and every big game he gets bigger, literally and figuratively. He plays bigger. He continues to grow into his role. And in order for them to win tonight, yeah, the supporting cast needs to be big, but he can't be anything less than stellar tonight. What are the keys to tonight's game for the Eagles?
Okay, Casey, for Grasso, stay disciplined. Don't get greedy and overextend too far on D. Keep the gap small by staying close to your area. 5 on the boards. You absolutely cannot let the Wildcats get offensive rebounds and multiple shot opportunities inside. All 5 on the floor have to commit to rebounding tonight. And where's Eddie? You just talked about him, Casey. When on defense, Grasso must find number 34. Meet him high. Don't let him get positioned down low. Deny him the ball as much as possible and box him out on every shot. And talking to Coach Tim Strong before the game, Casey, the thing he was worried about most, rebounding and foul trouble.
So I think that we talked about the difference in styles tonight. Grasso Tech can't play fast enough. There's no tempo. I joked with Peyton Sutman of Waterford, who's doing the shot clock tonight. I said, you will not have to worry about the shot clock when Grasso Tech has the basketball. They want to go fast, and faster. Old Lyme doesn't mind tempo as long as they're not being pressured and turned over. You know, it's going to be interesting to me to see how does Old Lyme, what tempo do they want to be played at? So let me ask you this. Grasso wants to play this game in the what?
80s.
Old Lyme wants to play this game in the
50s.
That's a huge gap. That's a 30-point gap. So where in that 30 points is it going to land? So we are moments away from our opening tip, as you see Brady Sheffield talking it over with his guys. And the opening tip is sponsored by Kuchar Financial. When you want more than just tips, when you want sound financial planning, go see Lee Kuchar at Kuchar Financial in New London. He can help you with financial planning and investment, tax preparation and planning for your business and personal needs. Feel better about your financial decisions? Go to Kuchar Financial. The voice of the X, the ever-handsome Andy Walker. Our officials for tonight, Board 7, Charlie Harback, Mike Kirsten, and Mike Mancini. Washington and Fisk. Who better to jump it up than the two guys who in many ways have gotten these programs here tonight. Washington wins it, first possession, Grasso Tech.
And the Wildcats open up, man-to-man.
Washington gets a screen, rolls with Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha to the basket, it's good, and the foul. Ethan Cha-Cha will dance to the line right off the bat.
Excellent recognition of the trap by Washington early on. Found Cha-Cha, who uses his body to absorb the actually, he initiated the contact, but that defense was late, so he got the blocking foul.
Fouls on Oliver Wyman, his first. Cha-Cha short, rebound comes down to Hill, so it's a little pressure here from Grasso. And we're gonna get a travel against Fisk, and there's that first turnover for Old Lyme.
Yeah, talking to Coach Strong, he said they're gonna play a lot of different types of defense tonight, try to confuse the Wildcats, get them to play fast, get them to rush.
Coleman, Curtis Reardon, Ryan Hill, Connor Vautrin, Oliver Wyman, and Eddie Fisk Jr., your starters for Old Lyme. In the lane, Washington, Cha-Cha tips it. You got Jordan Washington, Zamir Foy, Taki Bates, Julius Washington, and Ethan Cha-Cha for Grasso Tech. Swing down on the baseline, double team. Old Lyme not settling for the three-pointer, instead getting it to Fisk, and he draws contact, and he'll shoot too.
So there you see Casey early on. Grasso unable to set up their press because they missed a shot. When they're in the half court in their standard 2-3 zone, Old Lyme very comfortable. They see 2-3 zone a lot in the Shoreline League. So very comfortable, and they have bodies. They're patient, they move the ball around, and they got this guy inside.
And by the way, they also have the single most dapper coaching staff in all the land. There is no greater group of coaches. They take old school dress-up basketball seriously. I love the staff at Old Lyme, led by Brady Sheffield. Outrunning in the other direction, Tech, no good from Bates. Offensive rebound. We're going to get a foul against Old Lyme. That's going to be on 14, Connor Vautrin.
You see early on, the officials are going to blow the whistle on contact inside. That's something that coaches have to adjust to.
First one good from Zamir Foy.
So if they make this free throw, they're much more easily able to get into their pressure.
Second one no good. Rebound comes down to Fisk.
So the miss, and now they retreat back into the 2-3.
In the middle, driving is Curtis Reardon. Beautiful look, and getting to the basket was Ryan Hill, but a little hiccup as he traveled. One thing about both these teams is they're incredibly young. They both have only one senior each. And this was supposed to be, I don't want to say a rebuilding year, but you win a state championship last year, and Fisk is only a sophomore. Old Lyme was coming back thinking this might be a reboot, and here they are back in the semis.
Yeah, Coach Sheffield's done a great job with this team.
Beautiful move to the basket and the finish from Peanut, Zamir Foy.
There's the 2-2-1 pressure.
They got to be careful here. Nice job. On the baseline, we're going to get a foul. I believe that's on Cha-Cha. And if that's on Cha-Cha, that's going to be his second. That's a quick way to get him out of the game, and that's important. But I think they're, and yeah, it is on Ethan Cha-Cha. So you're going to see Ryan Jamali check into the game.
And as I mentioned in the pregame, that is probably Coach Strong's biggest fear tonight, was that either Julius or Ethan would pick up 2 fouls here in the first half, and we haven't even played 2 minutes yet.
Well, it's a big body that they miss on Fisk now. So now I watch Old Lyme really, really work Fisk. And how are they going to get him the basketball? Very patient, Old Lyme. High post, there's Fisk. Blocked by Washington. Offensive rebound. No good, tipped around, out of bounds. So Old Lyme will get another chance.
And without Cha-Cha in there, 5 got to be on the glass for the Eagles.
Coleman Curtis Reardon, a one-man law office, is inbounding for Old Lyme.
CCR.
The most famous of all the CCRs. Missed Bunny that time. Fisk wanted it back. Great setup play, though, off the inbound. Other direction, Bates can't get his to go, but Foy on the baseline has it, and Grasso will set up its next possession. Jamali swings. Washington goes baseline. Nice pass, kick out, 3. Splash, Peanut. Foy for 3.
Excellent patience from Grasso on offense so far in this game. Not forcing shots at all.
Good look. And a block by Washington on Vautrin.
Old Lyme out of sorts right now. Good news is we've barely played, and here's the jacket's already off, Casey. Sheffield has taken the jacket off. That was something I was going to put a timer on, but it happened too quickly.
Nice find of Fisk just inside the elbow. He knocks down that shot, and he will. That's a shot he's going to, feast off of. Washington up top. Nice drive to the basket and a foul on his way to the basket. Taki Bates gets a push. Fouls on Ryan Hill. That's his first.
They're creeping up here with team fouls. We're still
not even halfway through the first.
Yeah, well more than 4 minutes.
Up high it goes to Bates. Julius Washington now. He likes that screen. Straightaway 3 is up. Back iron, no good. Good closeout from Old Lyme. Good step through, however, from Jordan Washington. And Old Lyme is fortunate to come out of the pack with it. Now they have numbers. Fisk pulls up and finishes in the lane where he is so good.
So tough. I mean, he just uses his body to shield off the bumps and then gets the balance so easily. It's unbelievable that he's only in 10th grade.
He has a real chance to be a rarity, a 2,000-point scorer in high school. Open threes. Taki Bates, nothing but bottom of the cup. Can't give those open look threes like that. Right back in the other direction, a 3 from Oliver Wyman.
Big answer. Old Lyme needed that.
Well, they're not going away. And that's the one thing about Brady Sheffield's coaching style. His team's not going away. Jamali for 3, no, back iron, and they'll let it go out of bounds. Now, I want to take a quick second to talk about the one time we saw Grasso this year. We saw them really struggle with Cheney Tech. Now, turns out Cheney Tech's pretty good, and we saw them hanging in the Division II tournament with Innovation, who gave, fits to NFA. So we know that Cheney Tech is good, and they gave Grasso problems with their physicality. But Grasso is going to be able to get away with a few more things. But this guy right there, Fisk, it's his physicality that might give them problems. And Cheney would not allow Grasso to run. Beautiful dump down. Washington draws the foul. That's a great look, great dump down. Fouls on Curtis Reardon.
Yeah, and referring back to that Grasso game, I thought what Grasso was unable to do for the majority of that second half is get easy shots. And tonight they've been very patient. You've seen right there, they just get the ball inside. They're not just forcing long jump shots, and that's going to be a key to the Grasso offense moving forward.
Into the game for Grasso, Jerry Santiago. Coach Sheffield said, you only need to know 7 names. He said, I won't even talk to you about the other ones you don't have to worry about. He's like, it's a tight rotation tonight. 1 of 2 for Juju. Dump down to Fisk. Spins against the double. No shot, and they're going to call the foul on the floor against Zamir Foy, and I think that's a break for Old Lyme because that looked like an offensive foul waiting to happen. Spinning into a triple team is usually a dangerous task.
Grasso in this zone here.
Try to get it into that triple team, which they do. Fisk can't finish that one. He's going to get a lot of traffic. Other people are going to have to step out on the perimeter and find shots. Blocking foul against Old Lyme. And that foul's on Ryan Hill. That's his second, so he's going to come out of the game. And fan favorite William McKeever, Brendan McKeever's freshman son, who is, I'm guessing, the smallest guy on the floor most nights.
I mean, this kid is incredible, though. Pound for pound,
100%.
Might be the most competitive varsity basketball player in the state. Pound for pounds, and you're going to see some mismatches when he tries to play defense, but man, he can handle the ball, he can shoot it, and he competes. So he replaces the other freshman. So two freshmen and play prominently into this Old Lyme rotation, plus the sophomore Eddie Fisk, as you referred to, Casey. They got players for years to come.
And a third one, Charles Zabatka, is also a part of the rotation. So that three freshmen. Again, this was supposed to be I don't want to say rebuilding, but this was supposed to be the bridge year to Fisk being an upperclassman with this group of great freshmen. And here they are back in the semis. McKeever with an open look three, short. Out it comes to Zamir Foy. He tries to feed Washington, but it's turned over by the Eagles. Old Lyme now in the other direction. And we're going to get a foul on Foy. That'll be his second.
This is a very, very tight whistle here. The coaches must adjust. This hurts Grasso more than it hurts Old Lyme, because Grasso wants to get out there and trap and hand check and try to go for steals.
So 2 on Cha-Cha, 2 on Foy. So Georgie Rogers comes in for Grasso. And now 5 fouls on 4, which means everyone's shooting the last 2 minutes of the quarter.
Yeah, and Coach Strong's got to maybe back off a little bit on the traps and try to keep the ball in front.
Wide open three is good. Knocked down by Coleman Curtis Reardon. Good defense from Wyman. Danger zone, so they kick it out. Fisk has it at the top of the key. Old Lyme looking to reset, and hard to believe, but they could take the lead after what was a very shaky start.
They're just so disciplined, mentally tough. And
great pass by McKeever. Saved by Grasso. High floater from Washington, no good. He comes down with a tipped ball, but McKeever stripped him. Little big man going down low and stripping the ball, coming the other direction. Fisk blocked by Washington on Wyman. So good recovery from Washington as Old Lyme was looking to get ahead for the first time.
Yeah, unbelievable that Old Lyme can take the lead here, but free throws have really hurt Grasso. 2 of 7 from the free throw line this first quarter.
Long three from McKeever. Got it! Oh, William McKeever, you're not a freshman, it's the semifinals.
Pound for pound champion out there.
14-12 Old Lyme. Grasso, 15 on the shot clock. Bates, beautiful pass, baseline to Santiago. We're tied at 14. Shot clock is off if Old Lyme wants the last shot.
Back to this 2-2-1, and I like this, just don't reach. Force Old Lyme to make a bad pass or a bad decision.
Long look, Baseline drive, lost by Vautrin. Washington with 7 seconds on the clock. Rogers. Shot at the buzzer, no good. And hey, how about at the end of one? We're tied up at 14. What a nice comeback from Old Lyme with the support of the fans. And speaking of fan support, Sports Doctor, who you got?
I got Hayden Reynolds here, owner of Reynolds Subaru in Old Lyme and a proud sponsor tonight of Game Day. Really appreciate everything. But tonight, you're a fan. You're a member of this Old Lyme community. Talk about what this basketball team has meant, last year and this year to the community.
Well, it totally pulls the community together. And you know what? When I can support the team and support the community, Brady Sheffield's been an amazing coach and brought the team, the fans, and everyone together. It's been an excellent experience, and that's what a dedicated coach really shows, is how good they can bring the whole community as a whole. And
you've guys, it's a great atmosphere. You guys watched Brady Sheffield grow up here a little bit because he played at Old Lyme as a player. Now he's coaching them. It's got to feel good.
Oh, it's a great story, and who knows how good he was going to be, but he goes out his first year and goes to the finals and wins it, and he's got another team that's competitive. So we're going to hope they can win tonight.
Yeah, win and go back to his son. No pressure, Brady, by the way, but thank you for everything you do with Game Day, and thank you for everything you do in the community with Old Lyme basketball.
Yeah, no, so happy to do it.
Casey?
Thank you very much. We're back here. Hey, out-of-town scoreboard. St. Bernard had a 47-32 lead over East, which I know surprises you. With 6 minutes left, though, East on a little mini run has cut it to 9. It was 51-42 with 6 minutes left. I know you really liked how that East Catholic team had been playing.
Yeah, I mean, they looked dominant over Ridgefield and Northwest, but they're playing the champs right now, the ECC champs, so we'll see how it ends up.
Here is 14-all possession here to Old Lyme to start. Look at the great ball movement from the Wildcats. The floater in the lane, no good, tipped around to Washington for Grasso, but I love the way Old Lyme moves the basketball. Washington, beautiful one-on-one move, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, can't get it to go. Good looks, no results. Wyman can't get that one to go, but Fisk saves it by hitting it off of Bates. So it stays with the Wildcats.
Eddie Fisk, he just gives off that impression like that. He has that Christian Leitner look and quality to him, just competing. Just now he dribbled the ball up court, and right before he gets to half court, he back dribbles.
Yeah, you never see it, but it gave him the necessary time to sort of get space for a pass, which you just never see. It's such a heads-up play, but it's so old school. I mean, it feels like it was 1950. Hanging in the air and scoring, Coleman Curtis Reardon, and Old Lyme with a 2-point lead. Swing, Washington, he walked. We're going to get a couple of subs into the game. Amias Thompson in for Grasso Tech, Jamali back in the game. We know how electric and quickly Grasso can score points. Mm-hmm. And they got plenty of weapons to do it. The 2 fouls on Foy and Cha-Cha definitely changed the dynamic, because now you can play Washington with multiple guys. And you're going to have to play William McKeever with multiple guys, because number 3 just buried another 3.
Just a freshman. No fear in his game.
Washington goes on the floor. Out of bounds off of Grasso. It'll be Old Lyme basketball.
Crafty play by CCR. Coleman Curtis Reardon, he just kind of boxed out Washington because he knew he didn't have a good chance to grab the ball either.
Working the perimeter. McKeever, nice ball movement. Fisk finds Wyman, and they're starting to pick apart the zone.
Yeah, if Grasso cannot pressure out of that zone, Old Lyme is very skilled at breaking it down.
Double team on Washington. Forces a tie-up. Fisk and Santiago. Possession arrow favors Grasso.
Old Lyme on a huge run right now, Casey. 20-6 to take this commanding 7-point lead right now.
Yeah, this game was 8-1. It was 8-1, and it didn't look like, like Old Lyme knew what to do. A couple of fouls. A couple of, coaching changes, too. Give credit to Brady Sheffield because they have really gone to work on how to pick this zone apart. And they're doing it in a couple different ways.
And also the hidden stat here is 2 of 7 from the free throw line for Grasso when they could have extended their lead.
2 on Wyman. So Zabatka coming into the game, another freshman. So 2 freshmen on the floor right now for Old Lyme. Washington hangs, can't get it to go. Great defense. Pushing. Wildcats. Crazy shot, no good. Jamali up ahead, Fisk intercepts. On the floor, here comes McKeever. Left hand, no good from Zabaka, just into the ball game, gets a shot off quick. Jamali running the floor, beautiful finish on a good look from Foy, and that's Grasso Tech's game and how they need to get back in this thing.
Yeah, and they just got to take it up strong. I think Julius, he could get anything he wants. He's almost anticipating contact.
Fisk. Washington disturbed it. Out of bounds, it'll be Grasso Tech basketball.
The last couple times we saw Washington go to the basket, he missed shots that he normally makes. It almost looks like he thinks he's going to get hit. Just got to keep going up strong. You're going to get the whistle tonight, so go up strong. Don't be afraid of contact.
Yeah, that's a great point. Foy hangs in the air. Good rebound, Thompson. Jamali open 3, no good. Rebound, Old Lyme. I don't love when Julius goes left and shoots with his right hand fading away. I feel like he should, but that's the whole point. Go up strong, you're going to get contact. That's how you go up strong right there. CCR. Foy takes it to the basket, kicks out. Washington for 3. Good! Jordan Washington with a long 3, much needed. Cuts the lead to 4.
A lot of time.
Good hands from Washington as well. McKeever. Traffic driving the baseline. They find Fisk. Double teamed. They're going to do that every chance they can. And the veteran sophomore pulls it out, and that's really what he is. McKeever, another quick trigger 3. Got it! William McKeever's a fan favorite, and he's lighting it up at the X.
Will the thrill. Gets a little too handsy there. He was feeling it. Went for the steal, picked up the cheap one. 40 feet from the basket. You got to get production from somebody that isn't in the scouting report in these big games.
St. Bernard's up 10 with 2 minutes left in that Division I semifinal against East Catholic. Washington pulls up just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound by Curtis Reardon. Nice look down to Fisk, and he draws the foul.
And that's the problem with the zone, right? Like, you come out hard to close out on McKeever, you leave Fisk wide open with a defender behind him, and you got to be able to front him or meet him high and keep him at the foul line. You can't let him get down low like that.
Fisk will shoot 2. First one rattles around him, no good.
When zones are working well, they're taking away vision, and you're hesitant to shoot threes. Old Lyme is comfortable right now against this zone. They know if they're open, they're going to shoot the 3. If there's a closeout, they're going to bounce pass it inside to Fisk.
Washington and Washington. Jordan Washington with the basketball. High arcer off the glass, no good. Fisk with the rebound. Old Lyme with a chance to go double-digit lead, which is remarkable. Sabatka, kick out. McKeever for three. Little strong. Offensive rebound, Fisk, and he's going to get fouled by Jamali, and he should be shooting a pair.
Yeah, that shot, for a change, it missed so badly that it was almost like a pass. It came right to Fisk's hands. Easiest rebound he's going to get all night.
I think the adrenaline after 3 threes that didn't hit the rim, I think the adrenaline McKeever just, went up. That one went up strong. He's got to be, can he be any more electric on the inside right now? Because he's feeling it all. You come in a semifinal, the state tournament, and you hit 3 threes in front of this crowd, with Dad on the bench. Misses by Fisk, but an offensive rebound, and he's going to go back and shoot 2 more because Grasso can't get on the glass.
Yeah, and Coach Strong's made the decision to leave, and just as I say that, he's thinking about it. And yes, Cha-Cha's coming back in.
Well, I think being down, 9 or 10, you got to make the, you're going to have to play. The way that he started the game, right? First possession. Cha-Cha goes up, 3-point play, or 3-point possibility, draws the foul. We thought that was going to be the recipe all night, but those 2 quick fouls. Fisk knocks those 2 down, and the lead is, in fact, 10. Foy walks with the basketball, another Grasso turnover, and Tim Strong needs a Calgon take-me-away moment.
Yeah, this is what we saw happen against Cheney Tech in the game we broadcast. They get down and they kind of get out of sorts. In the beginning of the game, they were so patient. They weren't forcing.
No good. Jamali with the rebound. Foy up ahead to Washington.
You don't have to force it.
Washington drives baseline. And there was a screen from Cha-Cha. Big body took up 2 guys and let Washington get to the basket.
And a little bit more patient on offense. Attack the glass.
Good hands by Julius Washington. Touchdown pass to Juju. Nice pass to brother Jordan. Brotherly love for a pair. Little run here by the Eagles.
They insert Cha-Cha, and it pays dividends immediately with 4 straight points.
Touch foul on Foy, and that's his 3rd, so he's going to have to sit for the remainder of this half. And Santiago up off the bench quickly.
It's just tough. You got to recognize the whistle. A lot of games that might not be called, but you can't reach. You got to play with your feet. The refs are calling it like that. You can apply pressure, just moving your feet. High hands.
Turnover on a dump down. Jump ball, arrow goes to Old Lyme.
Grasso has scratched and clawed back into this. This is now a game again. Everything we expected. A lot of people asked me about this game. Coin flip. It's a coin flip game. It's a true even match in terms of both teams have the ability to beat the other if they do what they do well more often. We've seen the formula for Old Lyme. Get the ball inside, kick out, hit the timely 3. For Grasso, they need to create turnovers and attack the glass.
Pull up from the free throw line, buried by CCR, and he keeps on rolling.
Grasso's got to continue to be patient. When they're patient, they usually can get a drive lane.
Cha-Cha underneath, and out of bounds off of Old Lyme. And I would have liked to have seen him just go straight up with it. I think he had plenty of room. Thompson back in the game. Cha-Cha will come down. They're going to make sure he doesn't get his 3rd in this last minute.
17 on the shot clock here.
Dangerous pass, and it results in a tie-up. Stays with Grasso, but not where you want to deliver an inbounds.
Well, one of the toughest places to inbounds the ball is the sideline corner, and Old Lyme recognized that and applied pressure. This is a better spot to inbound it.
Santiago looks for Washington. Instead, finds Thompson. Beautiful look, nice design play. Easy hoop.
No foul here. High hands, move your feet. High hands, move your feet.
Fisk, pump fake, and scores. That's just too easy.
They didn't move their feet, they jumped.
Washington kicks out. 2-second difference shot in game clock. We're going to get a walk on Taki Bates. Great defense. And Old Lyme with an 8-point lead can have the last shot of the half if they want it. And I imagine they do.
And Grasso's got to be careful because any foul puts Old Lyme at the line for 2.
Good trap, good pass. Another good pass. And Zabatka draws the foul. He'll shoot a pair.
A freshman, another freshman.
It's on Taki Bates, it's his first. Two for Charles Zabatka. First one no good. Jamali back in the game for Grasso, give him a little offense. Second one is good. The lead is 9. Grasso can have the last shot if they want it.
No token pressure here from Old Lyme.
Bates turns it over. Santiago was trying to give it as much time as he could, but Old Lyme's got 4 seconds to get off the last shot of the half.
Plenty of time here from the sideline. Let's see what Coach Sheffield has as a first half sideline inbounds.
Fisk, elbow, no good. And that's going to get us to the half, a 9-point Old Lyme lead. They're calling a foul.
And they got a foul on Old Lyme. So that's the end of the half, but it gives the freshman Zabatka his first.
Fouls on him, no harm. Sports Doctor has Brady Sheffield. Sports Doctor.
Coach, up by 9. What was working in the first half for you guys?
Oh, we handled the pressure okay. Got up the sideline, didn't turn it over. We don't have a lot of live ball turnovers. But I think we can defend so much better. I think we're being lazy on that end. Straight line drives by us, turning our head, not in help position. That's the stuff that we preach, and that's our identity. So the fact that we're not doing that is concerning. Playing okay on offense, but we got to dig in defensively. This game's going to be won on defense in the second half. That's going to be the message in there.
Are you worried about their athleticism a little bit, taking it to the rim?
They're quick, but the message all week has been contain. Just contain. They hit pull-up jump shots. They can do it. They're a great team, but we'll have to live. If they hit 20 pull-ups and we lose tonight, it is what it is. We can't let them get 20 layups and lose tonight. Stay in front of them. And if you're in help position, you got to step in and take a charge. It's on the scout all week and no one's doing it.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Casey?
You know what? Best.
Fantastic.
Fed looks the part, dresses the part, is the part. The guy's for real. 9-point lead. Old Lyme. Enjoy some highlights and some features. We'll be back with second half action. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
It was right before the 8th grade basketball season, and one of my cousins had a health scare. She suffered cardiac arrest, and it's genetic. So me and my family, we went to Yale, and we got a bunch of tests run, and I got the gene. I have the gene. They found scarring on my heart, and they shut me completely down for basketball, for all sports. Physical contact, anything. They shut me down. And at that point, I didn't really know what to do because basketball was my everything. I was really mad, of course, because I didn't know what was next for me. I didn't know what my life was going to look like after something that I played every single day and enjoyed and I loved got shut down so quick. My mental space was just empty. I had no idea what the future had to hold. And I was showing up to my 8th grade basketball games not being able to play. And my teammates were always like, what's going on? Why can't you play? And at that point, I was like so overwhelmed with everything going on. I didn't want to really explain it to them, you know. And then eventually I got more tests done and I get another MRI done at Boston. And they find something different. So that same day after I got like the MRI results, Boston told me basically, hey, you're clear. We're gonna monitor you, but you're clear, you're good to go. I got a implantable loop recorder, and that basically just covers the rhythm and sends it to the hospital. So it just shoots reports to them every day and tells them if there's any skips in my heart or anything like that.
I actually didn't know until like last season had just been started. I had connected with his father, and he had told me, you know, to watch out for this. Ryan's cleared, but it's still always on their mind. You know, it's a concern. It's very scary. So I met with Ryan, and I told him, you know, you're very courageous for going out there and playing. You know, and by you playing, you're giving other people that might have the same condition and don't want to play because they're nervous or scared the confidence to play. You know, so kudos to Ryan.
For away games, I have to bring an AED in my bag just in case something happens on the bus. An AED is an automatic defibrillator that would shock your heart if you were to go into cardiac arrest. So that's just to be safe. Obviously, we're not expecting anything to happen, but at the same time, you never know what's gonna happen. I'm not really an outgoing kid who would like to talk about those type of things. So actually, nobody on my team knows. Only my coaches, all my teachers know. Not even some of my closest friends know about this. So I'm really putting this out there to let people know that it's normal to have things like this go on. And you just gotta look at the positives.
I would say one of the coolest experiences I had after I won, once the buzzer rang, it was running with my team to the middle with the trophy and running to the student section where all the kids in the school were there. They were all cheering for us. And then after, seeing my parents, after all the interviews, trying to get through the interviewers and seeing my mom there and going up and hugging her, seeing my dad, and that was one of the best experiences after.
When did this year start?
Right when last year ended. I mean, we give the guys the spring off. We don't do any lifting, any running, anything. We want them to take time to kind of recuperate, and they need some time away from me, definitely. But for me, it started, you know, a week after that season ended, and I'm already planning, scheming for this year.
I would say probably a day or two where I came home, I got to celebrate with the people of my town and the community and my team, and then it got to a point where I'm like, all right, I won one, but I want more. So I got to work in, and we had off-season workouts and workouts with other coaches and AAU teams, and it was just getting ready.
You can't get under his skin. We had everyone taking a different approach at him last year, boxing one, full denial, trash talk, everything, you know, that people wanted to do to try to get to him, and he just plays. Never gets involved in any of it. When things aren't going well, he just keeps playing, plays hard on both ends, which I love, and yeah, you can't phase him. He's a captain for us this year. So last year he was a leader on the floor for us, of course, but we had 5 seniors last year. Jack Porter, Leland Hine, great role models, great captains. Leland really took him in and kind of helped him and led the way for him. And now Eddie's got to kind of take that role and help guys that are older than him, which is an interesting thing. You know, he's a sophomore, but he's got more varsity experience than anyone on our roster right now. So he's going to kind of be leading the way for us with guys that are juniors and with some freshmen and some sophomores. But yeah, the role on the court might not change. We still need him to play hard on both ends and lead us. But definitely, from a leadership standpoint in the huddle and off the court, he's got to be vocal a little bit more than he was last year, but he's up for it. He's been great so far.
It's time for the Athletes of the Future Grading Plays of the Week. At number 8, Carmelo Sylvester, Benny Dover Jackson Middle School against Clark Lane, the long 3, bank it in, Mello. At number 7, Asia Harris, Wyndham Basketball, look at the hands, the steal, all the way to the basket, and 1. Whippets win the ECC D2 championship. Harris was a menace with his speed all the way to the hoop. At number 6, Aria Leonard, Groton Middle School Basketball, the 3rd grader. She wants to be like Harris, steal off to the races and the basket. At number 5, congratulations, Griswold Basketball's Abby Matheson. 1,000 career points. Great job, Abby. At number 4, Fitch Basketball's Luke Wenger. The opening round win over Amistad. Little stutter step, dipsy do, and all the English off the side of the glass. At number 3, Keon Semillian, Teachers Global Magnet Middle, with a 360 layup, dare I say, scintillating. At number 2, Maddie Ives, Bacon Basketball, back to the basket, the wild shot. Bobcats win the D1 championship thanks to plays like that from Ives. But at number 1, for a week of free training at Athletes of the Future, Sterling Walsh, Fitch Co-op, 100 free, 9/100ths of a second. He gets rival Eduardo Marcos, and look at the face. It says it all. Sterling, you won, and you get a free week of training at AOF. That is your grade 8 play of the week, and those are your grade 8 plays. Send in your plays, and maybe you can make next week's grade 8.
We're back. Waterford High School and the X playing host to the Division V Boys semifinal between number 2 Grasso Tech and number 3 Old Lyme. And after a very, very shaky start, Old Lyme put on a clinic offensively to pick apart the zone of Grasso Tech. They have a 9-point lead as we're about to come in here in the second half. Sports Doctor, was that interview with Coach Brady Sheffield the best halftime interview you've ever had?
Easiest one I've ever did, and the best one. I just talked to Tim Strong on the side here. He says, you know what? We got to knock down some layups. We got to make some free throws, and we can't lose guys on the defensive end side. Casey, the one thing he talked about too is we got to get some easy scoring opportunities. We got to hustle for everything. So, either get to the line, make some layups, or create some second chance scoring opportunities. Grasso's not out of this thing just yet.
Coach, what do you see from Grasso to get back in it? And we are both so impressed with Brady Sheffield. I mean, the guy broke it down very simply what they're doing. What does Grasso need to do different?
They need to create more turnovers. So in the first quarter, they created 5 turnovers, but what really hurt them was their free throw shooting. They were 2 of 7 from the line, and that prevented them from building on that lead. They went into the quarter break tied. In the second quarter, it flipped. Grasso turned it over 4 times. Old Lyme only turned it over once, and that allowed the Wildcats to jump out to this lead.
Second half possession brought to you by Kuchar Financial, located in New London. Kuchar Financial will help you keep possession of your money through sound financial planning and investment tax preparation for individuals and small businesses. So everyone wants to feel better about their finances. So if you want to feel better about yours, go see Lee Kuchar at Kuchar Financial. Possession of the second half starts with Old Lyme. We'll see if Grasso does anything differently defensively.
Well, they start Cha-Cha out there. He only has 2 fouls, so he's got a clean slate of 3 fouls to play with here in the second half.
And it's out there also Zamir Foy with 3. Kick out, open 3, no good. Driving to the basket is Bates, and he gets fouled. And Taki Bates will go to the line after the foul on Coleman Curtis Reardon.
That's a good start for the Eagles. You see already Cha-Cha's presence was felt. That 3-pointer misses. He's able to get a big hand on it, tip it out, start the fast break. The Eagles go to the line to shoot 2.
And now comes the last part of it. You got to make them. You got to make the free throws. I guess this would be a good time to say congratulations to Mark Jones and the St. Bernard Saints, going back to the state final for the 3rd year in a row, and they are in the Division I finals after a 10-point win over East Catholic. ECC starting off good tonight. They're on their way to the sun.
Never doubt Coach Jones and that St. Bernard squad. They just find a way to win the big game.
Nice pass to Fisk, but nice recovery by Washington. They're going to run up ahead. Jordan Washington knifes to the basket and finishes And you can feel the energy is up a little bit here for Grasso.
Yeah, fresh lease here with resting those guys with the foul trouble in the first half.
Taking it right at Cha-Cha is Fisk. And a timeout quickly by Brady Sheffield because he sees the energy of Grasso and he's going to immediately diagnose on the defensive end. I just love what he said at halftime about if we lose because they make 20 pull-up jump shots, I can live with that. But I can't live if they make 20 layups.
Yeah, and that's what he saw. A couple attacks at the basket. One time Grasso missed but got fouled. The second time they make it. So that cannot happen for the remainder of this half as we see the New London coaching staff. They got a big one tomorrow night right here.
Who are they playing?
The oldest rivalry, Norwich Free Academy.
There's Caden Gaskin, among other Whalers here tonight. Big one for them. So Grasso with the ball and a chance to get as close as they have been in a very long time.
You just got to continue to be patient. You don't want to get it all back in one possession. Get good shots.
Bates wants a screen, but instead gives it up to Foy. Bates drives, floats, and no, does not get the soft bounce. Instead, the rebound comes down to Ryan Hill. Baseline, Fisk, too strong. Washington with the rebound. Nice look to his brother Jordan. He can't score though. And the offensive rebound to Julius Washington, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with Grasso Tech. Again though, layups, that's back-to-back layups they've had and they just can't get to go.
Yeah, they just got to keep attacking though. Keep attacking and try to get these baskets to fall. The good news is they're doing a good job on the defensive end, limiting the Wildcats to one shot.
Bates and Foy. Now a drive by Washington. He got hit, no call. Curtis Reardon, swing. Old Lyme will settle into the offense. Fisk, high post. Good shut off by Washington. Good hands from Bates. And off the leg of Washington. 15 on the shot clock. It'll stay with Old Lyme.
You see the Wildcats in no rush. They're comfortable playing the shot clock down below 10. They don't panic.
Nice bounce pass and a better finish from Fisk underneath.
And that's what they do so well. And you wonder why don't more high school teams do that. Get it to the high post. Look for that diagonal high-low.
Cha-Cha comes right back on a little high screen and roll. And he can finish around the basket.
Yeah, he is a critical piece for this Eagle team. He needs to stay on the floor.
Old Lyme working that zone. And a turnover. Washington's running the floor ahead of everybody else, and he'll be fouled. And that's going to be the third on Curtis Reardon. And it's going to send Jordan Washington to the line to shoot two.
Decision time for Coach Sheffield. Do you leave Curtis Reardon in with three? The decision is going to be no. Here comes the freshman.
I've been waiting for William McKeever to come in. I mean, I might start calling him. He keeps shooting these threes, and I'm going to call him Billy Mack. Another one for Washington. Pressure again from the Eagles. Fisk all the way over Cha-Cha and gets a soft little roll. So Grasso has cut a point off the lead, but Old Lyme has stayed right there. What a wild shot from Washington. tie-up possession arrow favors Grasso Tech, but that was not the shot I think they wanted to see.
A good hustle, though, caused the turnover there. You know, every time Old Lyme gets into trouble, they just get it back to number 34. He leads all scorers with 16.
A little surprised they haven't tried to pick on McKeever at all defensively. Foy steps inside of him, finds Cha-Cha, and there you go. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah, they just screens, forced the switch, and good night. Easy layup.
Good job, Old Lyme, breaking the pressure. In the middle, step back, Ryan Hill. And Grasso just can't seem to get it closer than this 8 right now.
Yeah, this is a battle-tested Wildcat squad.
Foy for 3, no good. And we're gonna get a foul, gonna get a shove on Washington. That's gonna be his first foul. And that's a good call.
Yeah, right now Old Lyme just doing all the little things well. They're landing on 2, they're using ball fakes, they're not getting sped up, they're boxing out. Grasso still in it, just gotta find a way to get the Wildcats to make some poor decisions.
They're saying that foul's on Cha-Cha, by the way, which would make it his 3rd. And a timeout, Brady Sheffield, because his team was in a little bit of trap zone there. So 8-point lead. We got Fitch in action tonight as well against Brian McMahon. And we've got all the semifinal action in the girls Class M with Bacon Academy up and playing at Maloney against Seymour. And then the All-ECC semifinal, Stonington and Wyndham Part 4. The Rocky series going on, and that's what we're going to get tomorrow night here, New London NFA Part 4. We'll also have Griswold in action tomorrow night as well as Eastern Connecticut. If you haven't read Mike DeMoro's column about Eastern Connecticut, I love the idea of putting a sign up in front of the Crystal Mall. I mean, nothing else is going on up there, so put a sign up there. Basketball capital of Connecticut, as the Mohegan Sun is going to be well populated this weekend by Eastern Connecticut basketball teams.
And Fitch in a deadlocked game with Brian McMahon, tied at 16, early 2nd.
To me, real quick about that game, Brian McMahon's played a good schedule too, but Fitch played a Division I level schedule, and that's what's helping them in D3.
Absolutely.
Good look, good kick, open 3, splash, Oliver Wyman.
This Old Lyme team, they're just cohesive. They just make shots when they need to. They find the open man.
Washington, wild shot, no good. McKeever, quick trigger 3. Oh, like William Tell with kid can shoot straight.
Four of 5 from downtown, number 3.
Yeah, he's not 4'5". He's at least 5 feet tall, but he's 4 of 5 from 3. And there's nothing better. Nothing better, and I say this as the taller of the two of us. Splash! William McKeever is on fire here tonight. And the Old Lyme crowd loves him. And, you know, hey, ECC, that's a proper student section right there. That's what I'm talking about. Well done. Wildcats in attendance. I love it.
Yeah, they were giving out the T-shirts for free in the home office, the house office this morning. Just walk right, how about that? Just walk right into the office, get a T-shirt.
Sports Doctor, what's Coach Strong saying?
Oh, they're going to switch out of the zone and go man. So we got to find the shooters. We're going to switch out of our zone. We're going to man. We're going to dig in and play defense, Casey. It just feels this team is drifting too much on the defensive end, and the kids have been hitting shots all night. This McKeever kid, he's like Muggsy Bogues out there, draining everything. What a fun basketball game. But some adjustments coming up for Grasso Tech.
That's going to put a lot of burden on either Washington or Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha with 3, I don't think can play Fisk. I'd have to see if Washington can play Fisk, because I don't think you can have Cha-Cha. You already see he's got 2 easy baskets here. He's too important. Foy, handoff, right away, right past McKeever, and there's the defensive part. He makes up for it with the threes and the ball handling, but you know they're going to be attacking him. Fisk pulls up, just off the back iron, Cha-Cha with the rebound. Up ahead, Fisk got a hand on it as they were trying to get it to Washington. Jordan out of bounds, it'll stay with Grasso. Let's see if they go back to the high screen and use the size against McKeever. Foy spins right off McKeever, hangs in the air and draws the foul on help coming over, but just a little bit late from Fisk.
Yeah, good attack of the basket there by Zamir. He's got to make these free throws. Still a lot of time left in this game. Got to take it one possession at a time. Can't panic here. Over 10 minutes to go.
I sense a run from Grasso coming. And as a longtime basketball guy, you know, there's always the run. There's always a run somewhere. But right now, Old Lyme has shown incredible aptitude at picking apart the press and the zone. Let's see if Old Lyme handles man as well. And can Grasso turn that man into some points?
Yeah, the run is only as good as how well you play defense. So got to dig in here if you're the Eagles.
Fisk is, in fact, being guarded by Washington. And we're going to get a shove on the floor on Washington.
Baseline out of bounds play as the foul was on the floor, as you said.
So they do have Washington on Fisk, which I think is the right play. Open look three, front iron no good. Rebound comes down to Hill, and the left hand goes for Ryan Hill.
And that freshman has been impressive as well for the Wildcats.
Lead is 13. Washington tries to bully his way to the basket. Basket's good as Washington just forced his way to the hoop, gets the hoop, and the foul's going to be on Wyman. I believe that's his third.
That is correct, Casey. Grasso just got to keep chipping away. That's Julius's first field goal of the game, if you can believe it.
Wow. Got the lead to 10, and now we're going to see a little bit of different kind of pressure, including pressure on the ball.
Yeah, diamond press.
So well done. Cha-Cha stood his ground, but the offensive rebound by Fisk.
He's just too tough. 18 for Fisk.
Washington, that's a nice move right there. Crossover, pull up, drain the 12-footer. Foy has to be careful. He has three. McKeever, just short. Washington with the rebound. And a terrible pass, but Washington bails him out with the block on Hill. Sideline three, too strong from Jordan Reynolds. And a foul on Washington.
And you see, like, when Old Lyme needs to really get the ball across half court, they just give it to number 34. At some point this game, he might inbound the ball to himself, dribble the ball up court, shoot it, get his own rebound, put it back in, and get fouled.
Three up and no good. Look at Fisk with the offensive glass. Worst case scenario. Basket's good, and the foul on Zamir Foy. That's his fourth, and Fisk has 20.
He's been dominant. The look in his eyes. Looks like he's played 1,000 basketball games. It's just another day at the office.
Well, I said in the open, he has a chance to do something very rare, which is he has a chance to be a 2,000-point scorer, and he should be. I mean, he should be a 2,000-point scorer. He's going to be a sophomore, and with a chance to have back-to-back state championships and at least state championship appearances. Like, it's just an incredible start to a career.
Gotta finish this one, though. The lead is not that big that Grasso is out of it yet.
Offensive foul. That's Washington's third, and he's gotten 3 fouls in like 2 minutes.
That was McKeever who took it. He took a blow, too. He took a blow. Grasso gonna back off here.
Wow, great step and holding your ground.
Grasso gonna back off here with the shot clock off.
15 seconds remaining in the third. 13-point lead, so they've grown the lead 4 points here in the third quarter. Fisk with the left hand. Is there anything he can't do? Good if it goes. Go! Maybe that might help. A 3 is good from Washington at the third quarter buzzer. It cuts the lead to 12, but does it give momentum to Grasso? We'll find out. Fourth quarter is coming up. Game day. Brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Located in Waterford. They're your top-notch dental care. Relaxed, friendly setting. Whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or advanced treatment, their experienced team has you covered. So enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Schedule your appointment today at Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is our top priority. And Scient Federal Credit Union. Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient Federal Credit Union. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org/MySci to learn more. No high school in Eastern Connecticut offers more classes, opportunities, and extracurricular activities than Norwich Free Academy. Live in any town and learn at NFA, where financial aid is available. Get more information at nfaschool.org or call Chris Giusti. Also, by Reynolds Subaru. Hayden Reynolds and the entire Subaru family at Reynolds. 6 generations, great service department, great sales team, great location. Get a Wi-Fi and a coffee while you sit and wait for your vehicle. Maybe if your vehicle's done, you sit and hang out for a little while longer. It's a water view. Who can beat it? Reynolds Subaru.
And here's Fisk bringing the ball up as we start the fourth.
And he pulls up uncontested from the free throw line. Well, because Washington has the 3 fouls now, he gave no contest.
He's just so poised. We've seen a lot of really good basketball players this season. Fisk is in the conversation with all of them.
I don't know that I have ever seen a more veteran sophomore. I mean, he's a sophomore, and that foul, by the way, is on Coleman Curtis Reardon. That's his 4th, so that's one to keep an eye on. And that just means that McKeever's back in the game.
More McKeever time.
But, I don't know that we've seen a lot of fabulous freshmen and sensational sophomores. We have some now. I don't know that I've ever seen a more veteran, poised sophomore than Eddie Fisk.
Yeah, I would say, the sophomores I've seen, long 3 off the mark. Only Curtis Marshall compares to Fisk in their strength, their ability to dominate from the outside and the inside, ability to also handle the ball and rebound. Like, that would be a fabulous matchup. We have no chance. It's Division I and 5, but I think those 2 sophomores are very comparable. Obviously, Kurt has a little bit more elevation, but they're both very strong and both have the ability to handle the ball and get inside and muck it up.
Yeah, and I think that Eddie Fisk's game, I want to call it old-timey basketball, but he has sort of these, I wonder, where do you get these moves from? Because it's not just that it's fundamental. I mean, he's certainly super athletic. It's just, like you mentioned, the step-back dribble and some of the cuts that he makes and where he positions himself. It's a joy to watch, and I think you're right. I mean, we're lucky to have him, and we'll have a couple more years of it. 14-point lead and the basketball for Old Lyme. Coach Tim Strong wanted a timeout because he, quite frankly, needs to figure out a way for this team to make a run down 14 points.
And Old Lyme just continues to get it to Eddie. There's no closely guarded 5 seconds anymore, so he could just do this. He's got strength. He just puts his back to the defender and dribbles it, and they're just going to use clock.
And that 5 second is because the shot clock is in effect, so we don't have to call that anymore? Or why are we?
It's just a rule change, yeah. It was one of the rule changes.
Fisk draws the foul on Cha-Cha, and he is just that good.
Unstoppable tonight. Like I said, it's an old reference probably for many in the audience, but some will remember Christian Leitner from those Duke teams, and that's the vibe he gives me. It just has that knack for putting the ball in the hoop, can dribble, can hit the shot. His shot isn't the quickest release, but he knows how to find space. Terrific player. 28 now for Fisk.
Other direction now. Grasso down the biggest they've been, 17. Washington pulls up, and that'll be out of bounds, and it'll be more Old Lyme.
Yeah, this is unfortunately Grasso starting to lose patience in their offense and just trying to take quick shots. Even with 6:44, you don't have to take the quick shots, but you got to get stops. So it doesn't even matter. At this point, you got to find a way to get stops. And I assume if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give it a 34 and let them do the same thing.
This time, Jordan Washington's on Fisk.
Why would you do anything different? So they're just going to let him, he's just going to dribble it out. You got to trap it or do something, get the ball out of his hands.
Crossover, pulls up, no good. Good defense that time from Grasso. Washington runs the floor. He has to pull it out, though, because Fisk recovered. Foy, strong to the basket, kicks out. Foy with an open three. They need it, and it's in and out.
No offensive rebounding for Grasso. Its energy level is not there right now for the Eagles. Need to find a way to summon up some positive energy. Need a steal or something. Get the juices flowing again.
Fisk, shot clock at 11. Pulls up on Cha-Cha, uses the left. No good. Leak out from Washington. Basket is good, and he'll draw the foul on Wyman. That's his fourth.
So,
little life.
Yeah, so Sheffield has gone to this kind of delay offense, and they've run about 20 seconds off the clock the last several possessions, but 2 misses on the last 2 possessions has given Grasso some life. Still down 15, but plenty of time. Let's say a 15-point lead is insurmountable with about 45 seconds left. So they got plenty of time. No, for real, like I'm not joking. I'm not comfortable until about 45 seconds with a 15-point lead. So plenty of time for the Eagles.
And another turnover. Oh, what a break. What a break, I think, only because that would have been numbers for Grasso, but kick basketball, and Grasso will have the possession. Again, you just got to chip away, right? Got to get good sets, make baskets.
Yep. And it starts with, being patient on offense here. You don't need to take the first shot available.
Washington drives to the basket. Good defense from Fisk. Timeout Brady Sheffield because they had him trapped, and he wants to, again, talk his team over. It's a full timeout, so with 5:02, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
Last year, Waterford senior number 4 on the grade 8, the Olympic go kick. I'm here with Cam Dickinson. I don't think she can pull it off. It looks way too hard. I think it was a fluke. Get it done.
I got it.
that was just too easy, and that is a grade 8 play. Send in your best plays and see if you can beat that and make this year's grade 8 Olympico style. Right now, it's all Old Lyme, 15-point lead. Sports Doctor, you've been listening in. What are you hearing?
Oh, he's coaching basketball, a jump stop. Everybody's off of 2 feet. He's talking basics during the middle of the game. He says, we're fine. Let's just stick to our game a little bit. They're going to go for some mismatches on the offensive end, Casey. I'll tell you something right now. I've seen a lot of coaches, and I've sat in a lot of huddles. This kid's pretty impressive, man. Brady Sheffield's really, really good.
Well, we saw him as a player during the Old Lyme's great runs. We saw him last year as a young coach, and he loves Old Lyme, and his heart's in Old Lyme, and it better be, because he's going to get a lot of interest from a lot of places because he is a dynamic, and very talented young coach.
Yeah, well, I mean, unless he's going the college route, which he might, he's so young. I think this is the place where you want to be if you're a high school coach right now.
I'll tell you what, at least for 2 more years.
Good hustle there as McKeever scraps for it, and it stays Old Lyme ball after the miss.
4th foul on Washington. So Washington with 4, Curtis Reardon with 4, and Wyman with 4. And Foy with 4, so 2 each. Foy and Washington for Grasso, Reardon and Wyman for Old Lyme. But as long as that guy, Fisk, blocked, gets his own rebound, puts it back, draws a foul, changes oil and put some wiper fluid in before he goes home too.
I did mention in these big games you need some contributions from some players that aren't on the scouting report, but you also need your stars to play big in big moments, and he has tonight.
Offensive rebound, Old Lyme. McKeever for 3, no good. Over the back, Foy grabs it. He's going to push, and he'll get fouled. So Zamir Foy will get to the basket, shoot a pair after he's fouled. That foul's called on Wyman. He is fouled out. He has 5, so Oliver Wyman, the junior, will take a seat.
Yeah, and normally that would be worrisome because Curtis Reardon is going to replace him, and he's also in foul trouble. And with 4:33 left, one starter's fouled out, another one is close to fouling out. So it's good that they have this large lead. They could try to milk some clock because they're going to have to finish this game with some reserves. The key is, Casey, number 34 is not in foul trouble for Old Lyme.
I mean, this team's going to be tough to beat, and if they do advance to the finals, they're going to be tough to beat for that reason. And teams are going to overplay Fisk, and they're going to say, let's not let him beat you. But there are other players on this team, and I'll tell you, one guy who is always going to get overlooked is number 3, William McKeever, because you can't help yourself. He's a diminutive freshman, but it doesn't take long to see that he's got courage that extends.
You know me with scouting reports, Casey. I mean, if the next team that plays Old Lyme lets McKeever even attempt a 3, I would be losing it.
Fisk on a beautiful pass from CCR, and the lead is back to 19. Yeah, you're 100% right. I got to assume someone from Shepog is here tonight. And 32 for Fisk as Bates goes all the way to the basket. I got to assume someone from Shepog's here. They're not going to, that's the first thing I'd put in the scouting report. Fisk is trapped. And we're going to get a foul, offensive, against Fisk as he tried to sort of bull rush his way. That's 2. 17-point lead with 4 minutes left.
Not over.
Oh, well, it's clearly not over, but realistically, what does Grasso need to be at the 3-minute mark?
I think if they could shave 5 off, I'd be okay with 12 with 3 to go.
Step back three from Bates is short. Fisk with the rebound. Good hands from Bates. They're saying it was off his leg. And a turnover, we'll give it to Grasso.
And Coach Sheffield's apoplectic. Cannot believe, because there was an official standing right there. But this official here was very clear that he saw it. There will be no overrule. Getting an explanation. Let's see at the replay. Ooh, I don't know.
So I think they're saying he stepped out. He
stepped on the player who was out?
That's what I believe they're saying, yeah.
Got it. So he stepped on the Grasso player who was out.
Halftime, Fitch is up 6. Long three, good! Taki.
They got it to 12.
If they can get it to 10 by the 3-minute mark. Foul on Curtis Reardon. They're going to call that one on Bates. That's his second. But with 3.5 left, both teams are now in the bonus the rest of the way. So free throws will absolutely play a part in maintaining a lead and cutting into a lead.
Absolutely. There's a lot left to this game. Don't change the dial yet.
Freshman for freshman, Zabaka in for McKeever.
And like I said, Old Lyme already lost a starter, so they're going to have to finish this game with reserves. Zabaka doesn't play a lot of minutes.
Washington picks off the pass. High off the glass, it's good. The lead is 10.
Curtis Reardon had to let him go to the basket because he has 4 fouls.
And another turnover. Bates to Foy. It's 8, and Brady Sheffield wants a timeout. Grasso's got some life, and this is why we love basketball.
Full timeout. Old Lyme has 1 remaining. So Sheffield burned some timeouts earlier in the game when they got kind of caught in a dead ball situation. Remember, he said he didn't want any live ball turnovers, which we just saw right there. That leads to a layup.
9-0 run from Grasso to get it to 8, which I said how much, do you need to get it to with 3 minutes? You said you'd be okay if it was at 12. They got it to 8. And the foul trouble on both sides, right? So you mentioned Curtis Reardon had to be careful because he's got 4. That's the only real foul trouble they have, but if he gets his 5th, you're down another veteran player.
Yep.
On the other side, though. Zamir Foy has 4. Julius Washington has 4. So they have to be careful. So you're seeing a little bit of room given to some of these guys because they, are just being careful.
Yeah, remember, Coach Sheffield said he's only going to play 7 tonight. And
he might have to play 8 if he's not careful.
Yeah.
Full court pressure here. Old Lyme having a hard time getting in the inbound. Turnover, Grasso Tech basketball.
And this is what Coach Curlin, former NFA coach Coach Curlin, used to call the runaway train. When it gets going like this, you cannot stop it. Old Lyme has to find a way to slow the train. They can't let it get off the rails.
Old Lyme playing offense-defense with McKeever and Zabaka. Zabaka on defense, McKeever on offense. So 4 fouls with Curtis Reardon on the floor right now. Let's see if Grasso attacks him at all. Washington wants it. He gets it, puts it on the floor. Bullies, no good. Offensive rebound, Juju. And the lead is 6 with 3 minutes. They got it all the way to 6. 3-on-0. And the layup good from CCR. So Grasso sold out.
And they actually just missed the steal by inches.
And Old Lyme cashed in. Travel.
Man, this game is a game of inches. Oh, Grasso virtually had that steal. It just got there. Another 1/10 of a second faster, they would have had another layup.
Look at the team that Grasso has on the floor as well. They're putting guys out there that have fouls to give as well because they're going to be aggressive. Only Washington has the trouble on the floor right now. Rogers is chasing. On the floor. He gets it and a tie-up. Travel, so it will be.
Travel on Grasso. They said he rolled over with it on the ground. That was tough.
I'd like to see that one again. I think it's an accurate call, but I don't know that I make that call either.
Man, that would have been a layup for the Eagles. Wow. Plenty of time left though. This is an eternity. Let's see. I don't know, Case. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's wow. And almost another steal. Grasso definitely extending the pressure.
Playing man, aggressive man.
Rogers tried to jump in. CCR got it down. Fisk, left-hand finish around the basket. That's too good.
You can't let him get low position. You got to get in front of him.
Washington, no good. Gets his own rebound. Up and no good. But he'll go to the line. Draws the foul on Fisk. That'll be his third.
Washington has been incredible these last 2.5 minutes, maybe even only the last 2 minutes. He's just been a different player.
And the way they're attacking Fisk by getting Washington the ball, Fisk's got to be careful. I know he's only got 3 and there's only 2 minutes, but like if he were to, if he's off the floor, I mean that's
good night.
2 for Washington. First one is good. Lead back to 9.
It feels like it's a 1 or 2 possession game, the way that Grasso can score so quickly. So Old Lyme's got to be careful here. A make allows the Eagles to set up better pressure.
Second one is good as well, and they do set up the pressure. They've got Fisk trapped, but he gets it ahead to Vautrin. All the way through everybody. Challenges Washington, no. We're gonna get a foul. If it's Foy, it's his 5th.
That was a great offensive rebound from Curtis Reardon. I thought Vautrin got sped up. One of the things that Old Lyme has done so well this game is not get sped up and rush a wild shot. Vautrin didn't need to shoot it there with an 8-point lead, but an unbelievable rebound by Curtis Reardon gives them a chance to extend the lead back to 10.
And he's got 2 free throws here with a chance to keep Grasso at bay. One more for Coleman Curtis Reardon. Second one's good. Lead is 9. Same lead that there was at halftime. Foy hangs, gets contact, no foul. Touchdown pass. And look at the savvy of Old Lyme. Off Old Lyme, however, and also if I'm Shepog and I'm here, and I'm in that scouting report, if I have the ability to pressure, I would definitely am pressuring Old Lyme. I can see how the vulnerabilities are there, but you have to be willing to get hit with a bunch of pick-apart layups as well. I think that you can't sit back against them because they're so proficient. They're so technically sound. Bates, no. Jamali, no. Rebound, Fisk, foul.
The thing about that, though, Casey, is that Grasso did want to do that. It's not like, the Grasso game plan wasn't to do that. They got into foul trouble early. It was dictated by the tight whistle early, so they couldn't do what they're doing now. The other thing is, I don't know if there's many teams that could create pressure like Grasso does. I haven't seen Chippewa Valley or the other opponent on the other side. So this Grasso team, super athletic. Give credit to them for turning Old Lyme over this many times late in the game.
First one is good.
Scouting report to stop Old Lyme. First 2 bullet points. Get a guy on Fisk. Second bullet point, get another guy on Fisk.
Third bullet point, see if you can take Fisk out for a very heavy dinner the night before. Nice putback by Foy, timeout. Grasso, the lead is back to 8 with 1:13. So definitely not over yet.
Fisk has 35. We know he's going to try to touch the ball here. So we're looking at, the chance for an epic semifinal. He already had an epic, even more epic.
You remember the cartoon of the big dog and the little dog? Hey, Spike, you want to play ball, Spike? You want to go out? The big dog, little dog?
Yeah.
Fisk and McKeever, the 2 keys to this game.
Yeah.
Big dog and the little dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And like you said right off the rip, the fight of the dog in McKeever is off the charts, but the fight in Fisk, it's easy to say how talented he is. The competitiveness with which he plays.
Yes.
He's athletic, he's efficient with his, he's technically sound, but his desire, the relentless nature of him is something.
So Old Lyme has 1 timeout remaining. Grasso took the timeout to set up the pressure.
At halftime over at New London High School, the Wyndham girls 20, Stonington 17. That should be a good one. Bacon Academy is at Maloney against Seymour in the other M semifinal. Fitch with a lead over Brian McMahon last time we checked. St. Bernard already punched their ticket to the Sun. They got a double team. They got to get it over. Fisk goes to the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow is with Grasso.
So, yes, that is, they got the call right. They called the travel. If you're going to call that travel on Grasso a few possessions ago, you absolutely have to call that foul on Old Lyme. I didn't think either were a travel, but if you're going to call the first, you got to call the second.
Yeah, take the possession arrow. So the possession arrow stays with Grasso, which is important. Lead is 8, minute 1. Washington drives to the basket. Good defense, Fisk. This time Washington draws the foul on Fisk, and that's his 4th.
Yeah, and they got it. They have to switch. They have to switch Fisk off of Washington on the next possession. They cannot lose Fisk. The lead is not big enough.
Big free throws for Julius Washington.
And like you said, when Fisk picked up his 3rd, Casey, they probably should have switched him there.
Well, he didn't have any foul trouble, but you saw they were going to give Washington the ball. He's going to go to the basket every time, and you could just see the quick fouls on Fisk.
Grasso, they're checking the timeouts here. Grasso has 2, and Old Lyme has 1.
2 free throws, Julius Washington. First one is good, lead now 7.
And when you're making a comeback, you need to have timeouts because the clock doesn't stop on a made basket in high school basketball. Dead ball basket, like a free throw, it's going to remain stopped. But if Grasso gets a ball in a basket in live action, the clock's going to continue to run. So it's good that Grasso has 2 timeouts. They could still stop the clock 2 more times. They don't want to burn those timeouts any sooner because they need to save them to stop the clock. 54.2 officially. Check that time.
One more for Washington. Back iron too hard. Rebound comes down to Curtis Reardon. He gets it over halftime, and now McKeever. And a foul will send Curtis Reardon to the line. Fouls on Bates his third. 2 big free throws here for Curtis Reardon.
Yeah, a lot of time, 43. Remember I said 45 seconds would be a comfortable time to have a 15-point lead.
That's a big free throw right there.
But still, even if he makes this, it's still 3 possessions.
13 for CCR.
Plenty of time for Grasso, especially the way that they can turn you over.
Both are good. Lead back to 9. Bates, kick, 3, high arcer. It's good from Washington. Timeout, Grasso.
Smart. Smart use of the timeout by Coach Strong. Stop the clock. Get organized in your pressure. Yes, it does give Old Lyme a chance to set up a press break, but you stop the clock. Right now, your biggest opponent is the time clock, not Old Lyme. You have to play the time clock as much as you have to play the opponent. So great timeout there by Coach Strong. Right now, you want to create a turnover, or you got to put them back at the line and hope they miss. You can't let them bleed clock. The shot clock will be off for the remainder of the game.
Crowd tonight, 1,200. And listen, I've said this, and at the beginning I'll say it again. When you get over 1,000 people at the X, it's just a great atmosphere.
Absolutely. It's been a fun night. See what happens here in the last 30.
Foul's going to be on Jordan Washington, and that will put Connor Vautrin at the line. Or is that Fisk that'll be at the line? Is that on Fisk? That'll be Fisk at the line.
A little confusion on the Grasso bench, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. You're extending the game. Your biggest opponent is the clock. You could hit threes and still cut into the lead even if they make both free throws. Yeah, some crazy things have to happen, but you gotta, as the coach, what you have to do right now is manage the clock correctly. That's the only thing you could do really to help your players. Your players gotta make the plays.
You weren't there for the New London West Haven game, because that's living proof that the final 30 seconds of a basketball game can not only last 6 minutes, 60 minutes, or, they might still be playing that game. So you're right. You don't have to tell us that strange things can happen, because it was at this point in that game that we thought it was over, and it ended up there were 4 more chances for West Haven. So, things can get very bizarre at this point in the game.
And that's why I don't mind that foul by Grasso.
But unfortunately, they fouled Fisk, and he makes 1 of 2, and that's a good result if they can get to the basket here. Washington hangs, can't finish. Rebound Fisk. Had a chance, but he couldn't get that one to go. Up ahead, Zabatka finishes it, and that should be it. Lead is 9. Foy bangs a 3 to make it 6. Last time out, so it's not over. The crowd is starting to head to the exits, the Grasso Tech crowd, but it's not over. Steal, a 3, missed free throws. There's still ways it can happen, but like you said, time is running out on Grasso.
So here's what Coach Sheffield's saying now. Even if we turn it over and they score, do not inbound the ball. If there's less than 5 seconds left on the clock, we do not have to inbound the ball. The only way that Grasso could send this game to overtime is if they get 2 consecutive steals and 2 consecutive threes. The first one is very likely. You could say it could very easily happen that they could steal this ball and hit the 3. But can they do it quick enough that there's still more than 5 seconds left on the clock? And that's what Sheffield has to be saying to his guys. Guys, even whatever happens, if there's less than 5 after a Grasso basket, this game, just walk to me. Let's run over to me, because this game is over. Grasso has no more timeouts. They cannot stop the clock.
If I told you that with about 30 seconds left in the game, it would be 77-71, you would have thought Grasso Tech was in great shape.
100%. You know, and it's just the way that this game ebbed and flowed. Like, Old Lyme had that huge lead. It almost looked like it was over early, but there was just too much time left, and that allowed Grasso to turn it into the type of game that they wanted to play.
Touchdown pass. Washington intercepts it. Swings. Washington for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Giovanni Winters. The senior grabs the rebound, and Old Lyme, the Wildcats, have punched their ticket back to the Mohegan Sun, 77-71. Brady Sheffield is going to try to repeat this weekend as they held off a game rally from the Grasso Tech Eagles, but at the end, Old Lyme made enough plays when it counted. One half of your Division V final is set, and it's Old Lyme.
Yeah, and like you said, Casey, what an effort from the Grasso Tech Eagles. The coaches coached those guys up, didn't let them give up. They made it a game, and they got a lot of underclassmen, so I know it's going to hurt tonight, but they had a great season, and they have a lot to look forward to.
The Sports Doctor is going to be with the Roberto's Log Cabin player of the game, nestled in the woods of Lebanon. It's the Log. You want to go check it out? Go talk to Rob and his crew. Tell him Game Day sent you. Roberto's Log Cabin, home of the best ribs in the state of Connecticut. Beautiful burgers, a delicious menu. Roberto's Log Cabin. And the Sports Doctor has Coach Brady Sheffield and our Roberto's Log Cabin player of the game day.
Hey guys, our Roberto's Log Cabin player of the game, Eddie Fisk tonight. Number 34 in New Jersey, but 35 points tonight. Take this down to Roberto's in Lebanon. You wear it, family, friends, teammates, free plate of wings. Listen, you did everything but change the oil out there tonight, son. Talk about your work on the offensive end.
Just going after the offensive rebounds was part of our whole game plan, and we got to abuse it and get those second chance points.
You know, the patience that you had, too, and not rushing things, letting the game come to you. I mean, I'm sure you get a lot of support from your coach out there.
Oh, yeah, just being patient. We knew that they were going to come foul us at the end, and just making the right play and hitting the open guy.
You know, and how special is it now? I mean, you guys are a young group. You watched it a little bit last year. Now you're a sophomore. You guys are leaders now. What's this feel like to bring this program back to the Mohegan Sun for a shot?
It feels amazing being back at Mohegan. I mean, we lost a lot of guys, but I think we have a similar team as terms of playing together, and I think we have a huge shot at winning.
Well, good luck this weekend, son. Great job. Brady, your second year here, a return trip to the Mohegan Sun. They were going to make a run, and you knew it. What was the difference down the stretch of this game?
Just better composure. Did a better job than we've done in the past, made plays. That's been us all year. We might not, look the prettiest, might turn it over, 3 or 4 times in a row, but what I love about this group is when we do turn it over, just never take a play off. Make the next play. Got to do a better job, but we just make the next play, which is great.
Now, how do the sophomores and juniors during the regular season become juniors and seniors by the end of the season? Because that was grown man basketball out there by some of your sophomores.
Just experience. I mean, and Eddie's a sophomore, but he's been starting since he was a freshman. Coleman's a junior, has been playing since he was a freshman. Oliver was playing last year as a sophomore. We got a lot of guys that are experienced, even though we're young, and they do a great job leading our other guys. And when they listen, they're coachable. Every day we get a little bit better, and job's not finished.
Coaches talk about maximizing this season all the time. You get to the conference tournament final. This is maximizing your season. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, when you started back in December and November, did you think that this group would take to defend the title?
I think so. I was confident. I mean, we lost a lot of guys. We had a lot of guys coming back, and they work. They just work at it every day, a little bit better every day, do the right things, play hard on the defensive end, and you'll give yourself a shot. And, we expected to be here, and now we got to go and finish this thing.
Hey, great job tonight. Enjoy this, though. This doesn't come around very often, but a great job tonight. Old Lyme, Casey, and Brady Sheffield. I think he's a better coach than he was player. I don't know about you guys think, but they're going back to the Mohegan Sun. Guys, enjoy this night tonight.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. So, again, I send everybody to Mike DeMoro's column on theday.com. Eastern Connecticut being declared the basketball capital of Connecticut. St. Bernard is going back to the Division I final. Tomorrow night, an ECC team will be headed to the Division II final, whether that's New London or NFA. Fitch currently with an 11-point lead after 3 quarters. trying to get to the Division III final. Tomorrow night, Griswold with a huge opportunity at the biggest upset in the tournament, knocking off undefeated Ellington. If they can do that, they get to the Division IV finals. And Old Lyme in the Division V finals. That's not even mentioning that an ECC team will be in the girls' Class M final, Wyndham or Stonington, and a chance for that to be an all-ECC final if Bacon Academy can win. So, unbelievable representation. I think you need to get us a room this weekend at Mohegan Sun, a game day suite, because we have a chance at a lot of basketball.
But just a couple of things thinking about here at the X. What an outstanding crowd. And when we come back here tomorrow night, it could be even bigger. I'm going to say it will be bigger. And, man, what a game that's going to be between the Wildcats of NFA and the Whalers of New London. But to put a bow on Brady Sheffield's time here at Old Lyme and this team that he has, just they play disciplined, they play for each other, they play with poise. Whoever it is, and it looks like Chepaug Valley has a comfortable lead right now over Thomaston. So whoever it is, they're going to have a tough task ahead of them in this Old Lyme Wildcat team. They are battle-tested, and they are ready to repeat as champions.
So Bacon Academy girls up 33. It's over. They won by 33. So they're in the final. It's an all-ECC final in girls Class M. Stonington, though, with a 2-point lead over Wyndham right now.
Wow.
And those fourth times, which, by the way, just a quick, can't say enough about St. Bernard, can't say enough about Old Lyme and how great. You have this little wry smile on your face about tomorrow night's game. I know that you love Jeff Brown and the job he's done at NFA. I know you love how that team is playing. You have been saying now since before the ECC tournament, this team is they're not going to be easy. They're not going to go out quietly. Now, at the same time, they have a huge uphill battle because New London is playing great. Dave Cornish has got that group humming right now. But you've got this little wry smile on your face. I know you just think that team's not going to be an easy out.
I love the NFA New London rivalry, and so many times as a coach, I was on the wrong side of it. Really, and credit to the great coaches and players at New London. We got our fair share. We got some wins. I don't know about fair share. We got some wins. We had some big moments, but the game itself is so big, and that's what I think the wry smile is about. That, I remember times when we had NFA New London ECC championships, the line was outside the door as the bus pulled in, the team bus pulled in. So that's what I got that smile about, that the NFA New London rivalry is back. There's been other teams in the mix over the years, Waterford, St. Bernard, East Lyme a little bit have kind of taken that mantle, but to see NFA New London kind of get that night, tomorrow night, that's going to be exciting.
All right, my final shout-out and call-out, community. You got the oldest high school football rivalry, one of the oldest high school sports rivalries for a trip to Mohegan Sun in your backyard tomorrow night. There's no reason to come out. There's no reason to not come out. There's no reason to not be here. Be at the X. Pack it. 1,200 tonight. Let's get 1,500 tomorrow night. Let's sell this place out and give New London and NFA their just rewards, because one of them is going to represent the ECC in a state championship game. So let's turn out and show out tomorrow night. Let's send St. Bernard, New London or NFA, Fitch, maybe Griswold, Old Lyme, Wyndham or Stonington, and Bacon Academy. Let's send them all to the sun, but let's do it with a big old crowd. For the Juice, the Sports Doctor, Peter Wappy, all of the game day crew, we're going to do it again tomorrow night. But congratulations, Old Lyme. You got a chance to repeat at the Sun. You've been watching Game Day live on theday.com.